I'm getting emails, people that can't make it. Can y'all hear me?
Hello.
Hey,
Okay.
now.
Here you
Hey, how's it
Okay.
going?
It's going good. Hey, there's Peyton.
Kendall's here.
Kendall, yeah, okay, I got you there. I think that's Terry.
Yeah,
One.
I'm trying to figure out. There it goes.
There it goes. All right. When we get started, one thing we need to do is all y'all need to mute unless you have a question. That way I don't have any lag time in the video.
Okay.
Okay.
I see y'all got your little helper with you.
Yeah.
Ah. Oh, bye. You gonna leave? You going somewhere?
She likes to hang out.
Ah. It's all right. My helper's laying over here on the floor. Here.
Oh,
Ah. It's the first time he's got to be on video. Oh, okay. All right, enough. Go. Go. Go lay down again. See if he'll meet, or see if he'll do what he's supposed to do there.
Hi.
Hi. Boy, long time no see on you guys.
I don't know if I can hear. Hang on.
All right, check your audio.
I'm trying to turn it up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Remember we killed the sound on it.
Oh, there we go.
I'm trying to reply to Asian. She can't get her Zoom to work. I get a FaceTime call here in a second. I don't know how that will work, but anyway. They came and mowed my yard a while ago, and I was taking care of paying them and seeing what all they were doing, and lost track of time and didn't get my stuff up and going. Okay, now. Got to remember how to do this. There's a way I'm supposed to be able to share my screen. And I did this last time. Oh, there it is. Okay, can y'all see my my cell phone? Okay, so I got the right screen going. I needed that paper. What questions, and you can unmute to ask the questions, but what questions do y'all have on chapter 12 or chapter 13.
For me, I don't understand how to reconstitute period.
That's how I.
What is that?
All right, did you see the videos that I posted in Canvas?
I watched the videos.
And it's
Still
still,
not, no.
okay. Now where did my, that's my solutions, that doesn't help. Let me switch places with some. Okay, so I don't have this one printed out, the blank one. So I don't know how to do this. Hopefully it won't hurt your eyes. My screen. So I can maybe do this a little bit. Make things difficult here. All right, if we're looking at the reconstitution, we're just adding water into it. Okay, can y'all still hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we're adding water or some kind of liquid into it. Sometimes we're going to add less, sometimes we're going to add more. And if we, depending on how much we add, it depends on how thick our liquid is. So the more liquid we add, the thinner our medication is. So I'm going to try to enlarge this a little bit. So all the information we need is either on the label or on the package insert. So can y'all see the label okay?
Mm-hmm.
The label? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So the question was, how much diluent do you need? And let's see if I can highlight it. If you look, oh, let me do it. If you look right in where I've got it circled, it says constitute to 100 milligrams per milliliter with 4.8 milliliters of sterile water for injection. So the answer to A there is the 4.8 milliliters. Okay, and that's it. Because all I want to know is how much I'm adding. Okay, so you'll add that, you'll shake it up and mix it up. And then the question for B is, what is the resulting supply dosage? Okay, the 500 milligrams right here in the center is the total medication that's in the vial. So after I add that 4.8 milliliters, I have 500 milligrams, okay? But if I look at it at just one dose, or 1 milliliter, excuse me, not one dose, because our doses are going to be different. But if I'm looking at 1 milliliter, each milliliter is 100 milligrams. So it's 100 milligrams per milliliter, and that comes from that little small print on the side.
Will it always have that?
Yes. Well, I say yes, 99% of the time. Sometimes you'll have to find it, and what you do is you take the total medication and, let's see, take the total medication over 1. Now I'm drawing a complete blank.
Times quantity.
No, you're just dividing it by the total milliliters. So in this case, and I haven't got there yet, but the total medication is the 500 milligrams. Even though I'm only adding 4.8 milliliters, it's going to be thick, and it's actually going to have a total volume of 5 milliliters. And I'll show you how to find that in a minute. But if I take my 500, divide it by my 5, because I'm just reducing it, I'm going to get 100 milligrams per milliliter. First responders alarm's going off. Okay. I'm not a first responder. My husband was. I don't have to worry about it. All right, so C is what is the resulting total volume? So if they give you the total volume, you can determine what your supply dosage is. If they don't give you the total volume, they should give you your supply dose. All right, so if I'm looking at the resulting volume, I'm going to take my total medication, put it over 1 times my quantity, which is in milliliters, over I don't know what to call that. My half, I guess, because that's what they call it in the book. My half, which is, in this case, is my milligrams. This right here is my supply dose. So I'm multiplying it by my supply dose, but it's the quantity over the half. So in this case, my total medication is 500 milligrams over 1 times my quantity, which is 1 milliliter. What I have is 100 milligrams. So my milligrams is canceled. I have 2 zeros that are canceled. And then I have 5 times 1 is 5 over 1. So I have 5 milliliters. So that's my total volume after it's been diluted. And then the D part is how many full doses are in the vial. This goes back again to your total medication over 1, not times there again, divided by your doctor's order, okay, or your desired, whatever the doctor has ordered. So in this case, again, my total medication is 500 milligrams. And if we look back at the top, at the order, it's 400 milligrams. So I'm going to divide that by 400 milligrams. Milligrams cancel. I've got 2 zeros that will cancel. So I have 5 over 4, which is 1 1/4. I don't care about the fraction. I just want to know what the whole number is. So my whole number is 1. I have 1 full dose. So 1 full dose and part of another one, but I just want the number of full doses. Okay, we all good still? Okay.
Okay.
Last question on this one, E, is how many milliliters will you give? And that's what we did in chapter 10 and chapter 11. That's where we start out, how much I'm going to give. This is liquid, so it'll be milliliters. And that's where I take my doctor's order. Can't spell. We'll just leave it as the order. Or my desired. And again, times my quantity over my half. And this again is my supply dose.
Can you move that up a little bit, Missy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It.
All right, thank you.
I forget you can't see everything. I don't.
That's what I was fixing to say. Mine's got a blue bar down at the bottom and it had it blocked off and I couldn't see anything. And then I couldn't figure out how to unmute it.
I've lost it. There we go. All right. Is that better?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
No problem. Y'all just have to tell me. All right, so I have an order that's 400 milligrams. Hey, it's enough. Somebody's out in the yard. He doesn't like that. So again, my order is up here at 400 milligrams. And then my supply, which we said was 100 milligrams per milliliter. So I'm going to do the 1 milliliter, 100 milligrams. My milligrams cancel. And again, I can cancel 2 zeros. And 4 times 1 gives me 4 milliliters. Lay down.
I got 4 milliliters, but I can't even tell you how I came up with 4 milliliters.
Did you use one of the other methods out of the book?
Probably so, because
If what
Okay.
you're doing, that's what I say, if what
this
you're doing
is
works
what I
out-
use. I don't know if you can see this, but this is what I use from online, trying to figure it out.
Okay, I can see it.
It says the formula method.
Okay, the formula method, it's where you have your desired over your have times your quantity. The desired is your doctor's orders again. The have is my supply dose, which is the 100 milligrams. And then my quantity is 1 milliliter, something like that.
Yes.
Okay, and this will work every time. And it's easier to do when both your supply and your order is in the same unit of measure. Then we cancel our 2 zeros.
Mm-hmm.
1 is 4. 4 times 1 gives me again 4 milliliters. So I still get the same amount. And I'm okay with y'all using that as long as your milligram, as long as they're both in milligrams or both in micrograms or whatever, they're the same unit.
Okay.
All right. I need to do another one of these.
Okay.
What I need to do.
For the second one,
Uh-huh.
wait a minute, because it was the second one. Yeah, like I don't know if it's right, but it says like I came up with the resulting supply is 2 milliliters, and the resulting total volume, I think I have that wrong because I put 250.
I think you probably got them backwards. All right. This is, an IM. So for IM use, it's right in here. 3.5 milliliters. So on number 2, for A, it's 3.5 milliliters. And B, which is my resulting, what's that called? Supply dosage. See where it says 250 milligrams per milliliter? That's my supply dosage. So anytime you have like per milligrams per milliliter, and sometimes it'll be more than 1 milliliter. And then the result.
So I think I get confused on how the questions are asked, because like on the other sheet I was trying to show you, it only has like 3 questions. It says what is ordered, what is available, and how many milliliters is administered. And like on here, you have 4 different questions. Like, okay, I know what to dilute it with. I saw that part. But when it gets to like the resulting supply and the total volume and the rest, those, I can't figure out what goes where. Even if I can work the problem, I don't know where to put the answers.
Okay. So let's look at it from a different perspective. Still looking at number 2. Okay. For A, it's going to be the diluent in milliliters, and you find it in the fine print or small print, whatever you want to call that. Okay. And it'll say so many milligram or so many milliliters diluent or dilute with so many milliliters. Something along that lines. And then this one even says resulting solution contains, B is your supply dose. And it's always going to be a rate. And generally it's milligrams per milliliter, but it might be micrograms, it might be grams. But again, it's going to be in the fine print probably 99% of the time. Okay. And then C, as far as this is the total volume, you need to have the total volume to see how many milliliters or how many full doses, because there's one question on here that doesn't have a full dose. And we wouldn't know that if we didn't know what the total volume was and if it had a full dose in it. So sometimes, you've got to be able to, you may have 4 different ampicillins on the shelf, and they all have a different supply dosage, and they may be all adding a different number of milliliters. So your total volume is going to be different. So you need to know which one, how many milliliters you need. I don't know if I'm making myself clear or not, but which one you're going to do. Because some of these, the solution is only good for a short amount of time after you mix it. So after you reconstitute it. But the total volume is your total medication.
So the total volume would be the 250.
No, that's what we're going to use that though. It's going to be your quantity, the total medication, which in this case, my total medication is 1 gram. Okay. Gram in the vial. And it's my quantity over my supply dose. Okay. So the total medication it's in the main part of the label.
Okay.
And the supply dose, again, we found that on number 2. Now, C, it's 1 gram. We know 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams.
Oh, God.
You can go ahead and do that because your supply dosage is in milligrams. Okay, so anytime you have 1 gram of medication, you can go ahead and convert it to 1,000 milligrams. And then D, which is the full doses. That, again, a lot of it goes back to your total medication. And this time it's over what is ordered. Okay. The total medication, this is from the doctor. And the total medication, again, is from the main part of the label.
Stop, baby.
And I only want whole numbers and no rounding. Just whatever the whole number is.
Total medication divided by the order. So I'm gonna divide the 1,000 by the total. Okay, you said the 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams. So
Correct.
me, I'm gonna divide that by the 500 milligrams that he ordered it from the top.
Right. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. And that gives us 2 full doses, right?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. And then E is just how much are you going to administer or how much are you going to give? That's our doctor's order or what we have ordered over 1 times our quantity over our have. That's what we've been doing. So in this case, he's ordered 500 milligrams. My supply dose is 1 milliliter and 250 milligrams. So basically you're doing 500 divided by 250, or you can cancel the 0 and do 50 divided by 25.
Which is
I want to give
2.
2 milliliters.
And I came up with 2 milliliters. Like I said, I just want understanding where I was supposed to put what.
Mm-hmm. Did this help any?
I'm
Right.
still a little confused, but I just gotta remember what goes where.
Yeah. And where it is too on the label.
Because I came up with the same numbers you have. I just
Mhm.
had them in the wrong spots.
Okay.
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 Can we go over number 4?
The azithromycin. I have enough room down here. All right. So number 4, and I'm even going to put out here my order, is for 0.5 grams. And then this is IV. And then okay, so it's for IV only. So this is what, this small print here is what I need for A and B. So A is how much diluent. So how much diluent am I going to add?
4.8.
4.8. And then B, what's my supply dose?
Um, 100 milligrams. 100 milligrams for each milliliter.
Okay, so 100 milligrams per milliliter. Okay. And I'm probably going to run out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and work this one real quick. So C is my total volume. That's my total medication over 1 times my quantity over my half, which is my supply dose. So 0.5 grams over 1, and then times the 1 milliliter over 100 milligrams. And then since it's grams and milligrams, I have to make the conversion. It's 1,000 milligrams to 1 gram. Grams is on top, grams has to go on bottom. So the milligrams cancel, the grams cancel, and that leaves me with a milliliter. So if I do 0.5 times 1,000, I get 500 over the 100 on the bottom, which gives me just 5 milliliters. And the full doses, it's the total medication over what's ordered. The doctor. So that's my 0.5 grams. Wait, that's not my total medication. My total medication is 500 milligrams. And then my doctor ordered 0.5 grams. Now we can either do the conversion, but if y'all know what 0.5 grams is, that it's 500 milligrams, then just put that in there. So I got 500 over 500, which is 1 dose. And then E is how much I'm going to give. 0.5 grams. So I'm going to go ahead and make it here 500 milligrams. So I'm going to do 500 milligrams over 1 times my supply, which is 1 milliliter, 100 milligrams. Milligrams cancel. And I have 500 divided by 100, which is 5. So I'm going to give 5 milliliters.
I have one question before you
Okay.
have. Number 7. Are there supposed to be different labels with number 7?
Okay, this number 7, right?
Yep.
Whoops.
Wait.
Okay, are you talking about because of the vial dose size, the vial dosage size and the amount of diluent to be added? This is, you've got different labels, and the one I could find was a 1 gram, but you could have a vial that may have only had 250 milligrams in it. So you
No.
have this much diluent.
7 is like A, B, C, D, E, and then it's got it listed like 3 different times with different milliliters.
That's the other, that one. I had to renumber
Yeah.
this one. All right, what I had y'all do, if you'll look at this, at the bottom of it, if I add 20 milliliters, I have a supply dosage of 50,000 units per milliliter. So the 20 milliliters only plays a part on A. Over here,
Okay, I now.
okay. So you're just working them for all, what are those? For all 4 of them. Okay.
Okay.
Because sometimes, you know, depending on the size of your patient, depending on if you're giving it as an IV or an IM, you know, it depends on you know, how many milliliters are you going to give? You know, if you got an infant you're trying to give it to, then you may want it diluted a lot more so than you would if you had an older adult. So,
Okay.
all right. So is there any other questions?
When do you want this turned in? I just got internet back
Yeah.
today.
I know I've got a few that are still out of internet. So
Okay.
it's open through the 28th.
Okay.
The 28th is the last day of class.
Okay.
Open through that. If, I know it's got a due date earlier than that, but you can still upload it.
Okay.
Okay. And, so, and then we'll have one, you know, chapter 13 is already up there. Next Tuesday, I'm going to figure out and see if I can't get a longer span of time on this. There should be something that I should be able to do.
I have unlimited minutes on here.
Okay. I'm going to stop my screen share. Whoa. No, mine's still not saying it. So, but it's still recording. It tells me I've got a 40-minute is all I have. 30 to 40.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
all right. So I'm going to put some homework up other than the handout for chapter 13. I'll put it in Canvas. I may do a page and have you work it out and upload it. And then I may just do a Canvas quiz, but it'll still be homework.
Okay.
And then I've got, I think, well, the next test, and I think it's over 10, 11, 12, and 13. And it's already online. I did it online last semester. So I'm going to put it up as soon as we go over 13. But again, it won't be due until the end of, the end of the 28th. The hard due date is the 28th for everything. But we still got to do 13, 15, 16 for sure. I'd love to get 17 in there, but if we can get through 16, I'll be a happy camper.
Miss Karen, where did you say those videos were that you were wanting us to watch?
I put them in Canvas.
Okay.
So let me see. I bet I can find my Canvas.
I can find them in Canvas. You don't have to do that. I just needed to know where to look because I knew something was said about YouTube, and I didn't know if maybe you had set up some kind of link that way.
Well, no,
Anyway,
what I did is I put them in Canvas as a link.
Oh, okay.
And I did it
So
private.
go to that.
Yeah. So I did them private. So the only way you can find them is through that link. Because
Okay.
I really don't want to be out there on YouTube.
You don't. I don't know why.
I don't want to be internet famous. But they're on the side Miss Young's video somewhere.
Okay.
So that way,
All right.
you know, they're ones I created, and I think I've put some others up from some other places on YouTube. People that do want to be YouTube famous. So,
Hey, how about I had a quick question. The girls that went and took their nursing their exam, how did they do? Are they on here?
No, they've already they had to log off. I think.
Okay. All right.
They had their baby with them. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just checking. Don't see how
they
well
haven't
they
said.
did.
Yeah, I've heard, you know, most people do pretty good on it. So
Yeah.
next time I talk to them, I'll ask them. Because I'm kind of this now too. I forgot about it.
I know. I've been wondering.
Yeah.
Been wondering. Well, thank you. This worked out good, I thought.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going to see if I can't get it longer. And I'm glad y'all were able to meet with me. Hopefully next time we can get more of the class to meet and maybe teach a little bit more. But the videos are out there. If they help, that's great. If they don't help, I'm sorry. We'll do something else.
You're fine. You're doing good.
And I've got the.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, you need to. You need to. I'm not going to be offended because this is all new. I mean, we're all in uncharted territory.
It's new for all of us. That's right.
Yeah. So if it's not working for you, let me know. And like I said, we'll figure something else out. So pay attention to Canvas, and because I upload things in there quite often. And I'm going to try to get ahead of the game and upload some stuff. Some of y'all may have some extra time to work on things. So, and if you don't, I understand because I keep running out of time myself. Those naps call my name about 4 o'clock.
It's hard. It's hard to get up knowing you thinking, okay, well, why do I have to get up?
Yeah. Yeah, I had that problem too. All right. Y'all have a good week. If you need me, you want to do a one-on-one Zoom, let me know. You guys, you got my phone number, right? Text me or email me or message me through King, and we'll do a one-on-one Zoom if I need to, or 2 or 3 on, here, whatever I need. But, if you want a one-on-one, let me know and I'll set it up. Because I can do unlimited meetings, but just when I do a meeting, I can only do it for so long.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you all next Tuesday.
All right. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.